You can
Was I meant to go?
You can give us a count off.
Sure. 3, 2, 1.
What the fuck is that? Hold on.
Who the fuck counts off? Who counts off 3, 2? It's not a bomb. Like,
What the fuck are you doing? You've pipe majored before, yes?
1, 2. Like,
Early.
it's not a fucking rocket ship.
It also helps if you count
Ready.
off in time.
High major called ready. Shut up, Bosco. Ready. 1, 2.
Well, at least I know who was rushing it in Vegas in 2019.
Hey, that's not muscle memory counts for a lot there. I've played that in every year. Come on.
Yeah, and you got to give her credit. We've been playing this song for what, 7 years?
7 years, roughly. Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Josh. Welcome to the Chan Rant Podcast. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, why? And also, it's an explicit show, so I'm going to give you 5 seconds to listen to something else. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck! Listeners can review the show on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, your podcast player of choice. You can send us emails and voicemails to be played on air. We have a few today. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or if you're Australian, Snapchat. Check out the Chanarant store at chanarant.com. And last but not least, if you would like to support the show, you can do so by going to patreon.com/chantarant and becoming one of the wee Patreon faithful who pay your $5 a month to watch this shit go down. Busco.
Yes, Josh.
You know what really sticks a koala in my roo sack?
What's that, Josh?
It's when I can't seem to get a hold of Sean Cahill. Like, all I need to know what happened in the last few episodes, because I blacked out.
I know.
Naturally.
We rely on these recaps.
So, instead, in true Chanarant fashion, we have Cahill's Corner presented by Ozzy Osbourne. There you go.
Fucking old smuggler and rock this shit out.
G'day, boys. Well, last time I was on the show, gosh, it's been quite some time. About 6 months, I think. And the last time I was here, I think catastrophic bushfires ravaging my entire country were the only massive thing we really had to worry about. But, well, who would have thought that'd be the biggest thing that, or the least big thing that kind of took over 2020. So yes, since then we have had a global pandemic across us. We've watched the entire pipe band season crumble around us. And worst of all, Chantarant turned into Piper's Dojo's PR department. So that was an interesting rabbit hole to fall down. But yeah, like most of us, I think you two have been going on a roller coaster of emotions, not unlike the rest of the world. But surprisingly, you managed to pull some good content out of your ass. So it was really good to hear some legends of piping. So Ross Miller, Murray Blair, who was amazing to kind of hear some of his processes. We had some regular guests come back, which was good to kind of see some of the old crew. So F.U. Joe Brady zooming in as the guardian angel of online practicing, and Doogie, who pussied out of his original title and then talked about a bunch of stuff, but I can't quite remember what happened. I fell asleep for most of the episode again. Sorry, it's just something that gets to me. And my beloved Peacock Hill Piper, Beer Boy Brad, came on to talk about how he was trying to reverse this terrible comp karma with the ultimate beer piping festival crossover. But he ended up just getting talked over for most of the show, so it's not unusual for you two, I suppose. And I'm assuming I got the Guernsey today because you needed a palate cleanser after a full 90 minutes listening to nasal Kiwi twang last week. I'm just kidding. The sheep shagger can come on any time as long as you promise to put him closer to the camera next time. Also, who would have thought a drummer could have such an impressive CV? 12 types of drums, and none of them knocked enough sense into him to realise he should avoid you two like the COVID-19 plague. Anyway, that's the best I can manage in half an hour. Cheers, boys. Aussie Blood on for the next hour, I suppose.
Hey, cheers, Aussie.
It's nice to hear that music again.
Isn't it? Isn't it nice? So, Fusco, do you want to introduce our illustrious guest?
Yeah, everybody knows who she is if you listen to this show. She's been here many times, and we're always appreciative. And I think really the reason we brought you on here, Ozzy, this time is, why did we bring her on this time?
We needed a feminine touch.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because you haven't had a feminine touch in days.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while. It's getting to me, man. It's getting to me.
Hey?
So I have to ask before we get into like the news and updates. Fusco, you recently celebrated your 67th birthday.
44th, actually, but yes, you can keep trying to say that, but it's not going to make it true.
How'd it go, man? Did you have fun? What'd you do? How'd you celebrate during quarantine?
There's really not much to do. So we did. I hung out with my rock metal band guys. We went to our studio and had tacos and beers.
Always good. Always a good choice.
Mostly just sat around chatting and stuff. And then I was on my way home, walking literally into my building.
you got picked up on the street,
and Josh drives by. I'm like, what the hell? This is a weird coincidence. And you had a gift for me, which was really nice. Thank you.
Of course.
And you're like, hey, let's go get a drink because I hear you. I think.
No, it was you. You
oh,
had
I knew
some
that.
chick.
Something about Atomic was open or something.
Yeah, Atomic was open, and then you had some broad texting you.
Yeah, some girl told me that. Oh, we're at Atomic because it's open. I'm like, it's fucking open? Who knew that?
Yeah. So we went and had a little bev.
So we went and had a drink. Then I went home, and that was about the end of my night.
Yeah.
Didn't
get lucky, huh? I thought for sure that chick was gonna swoop back around.
No, nothing like that.
I thought she was gonna ditch the friends and.
No, I don't know what happened to her after that. I have not chatted with her briefly since, but.
Oh, I'm glad you had a good birthday, buddy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's about what I would do even if things were open. To be honest, I would do basically nothing.
Yeah, there was nothing funnier than me like swinging by Fusco's place because I was going to call you and drop off your present, and then I just see your ass like walking down the street. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, hey, you mean?
Yeah, that was so weird.
All right. Well,
and one more thing too, real quick, is Ozzy sent me a nice gift, and of course Kelly did as well. MLK. But she sent me some cupcakes with alcohol in them, and I forgot. I meant to bring them today, and I totally forgot.
That's classic. What was he? I think who was the first person? Was it Joe Brady that originally sent us, like on very early episodes, sent us the booze cupcakes? Because I remember they got delivered to my work.
Where I get all my good ideas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember they got delivered to my work, and it was like, Josh, there's a delivery person. They have alcoholic cupcakes for you here from a guy named Joe Brady, and I was like, I just don't even want to explain this. There's no getting into it.
Yeah. Yeah, but thank you guys. That was really nice. And Kelly as well for my Thai food and my Jameson bottle, which was also lovely.
There you go. Where's the Jameson bottle today? Once again, we're just drinking my whiskey.
Again, I'm not drinking today, so I didn't bring anything.
Cool. So, let's get right into it.
Oh boy.
I mean,
I'm scared. There's a video attached to this?
Yeah, I know. I wanted to reload my drink too, but so we have an email. This is from fan favorite Megan. She says, "You're both idiots."
Oh, this, okay.
And Tim's new nickname is Tim Tam because apparently he's eye candy, just like those delicious cookies. You're welcome. Also, Josh, please enjoy this video.
Have you watched it yet?
I have. And so she posted this in the private group. How would you describe this video, Fusco? Use colorful language because I'm going to get a bet.
All right, it's a video of a woman with like some sort of apparatus on her mouth. It looks like she's got like Kelly, you would remember. You're older. What is that thing that people used to wear like besides braces? The headgear. Yeah, she has like this headgear thing on her head. Yeah, like is that what that is? It's like one. Anyway, her mouth's held open, and she's got a condom attached to this thing, and in it appears to be semen. I'm not 100% sure if it's for real. I'm pretty sure it is, but it looks like it is. And so there's a hand in the video, and he pulls back the condom like a, I don't know,
fucking slingshot.
A slingshot, and then he lets it go. It slams this fucking semen into their mouth.
It just
and then she starts to like choke and stuff. And it's
well, yeah. I mean, you would too if someone fired a cum shot
directly down your throat
at 100 miles an hour.
It was pretty awful. Yeah. I was not aware such a thing existed, and I would have never thought of that in a million years. But thankfully,
is the bottle opener.
Megan.
Sure, always. Yes, thank you.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Yeah, sorry. Like our show cocktail waitress just got here. And
in true MLK fashion, everything stops when Kelly walks in. So anyway, yeah, it was a pretty amazing video. I highly recommend going out and getting on our Chanarant guest page. But we're not going to let you. We're not going to let you in anyway.
That's a pretty exclusive few that we do on the Chanarant guest page. Although it's a good time to mention that if you're not one of the exclusive few that are on the Chanarant guest page and you're a fan and you're on Facebook, We do officially have our fan Facebook group is now launched. It's hashtag all of the six.
Cool.
So if people want to chat about the show or take shots at us or, general pipe band banter, jump in, invite a friend. Why not?
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get in an argument with, I don't know, some famous guy on there who joins. Like Stephen McWhirter, maybe. Who knows?
I know. The invite's out. We're just waiting. We'll get him eventually. All right. So moving smartly forward, we have a voicemail from none other than Robbie the Pooh.
I don't have a voicemail from Robbie the Pooh.
It's in the email.
You didn't tell me about it.
It's in the notes. That's okay. I'll do Fusco's job. I got this.
You told me to get the fail of the week. You didn't tell me to do that. So I
How's
did
it
that.
going, lads? It's Rob here, big old cuddly Pooh Bear. How are yous? Very quick voicemail to yous. I loved this last episode there with Brad and the chat about his competition and everything. Whenever he first mentioned it to me, honestly, it is the world of possibilities. I'm so excited for this whole project just to see exactly how it all pans out. Very, very exciting stuff. So if anything, anyone listening to this should really encourage you to get involved in this. Very exciting project, and I hope a lot of bands go and support this. Anyway, also, I wanted to mention, we have been trying now for how many weeks, months, possibly years to try and get another big Grace Note rant together. And yeah, guys, we need to make this happen. I am all sorts of up for it. In fact, I'm needing an excuse for a good sesh at the minute, have a few babes in the house and talk about bands. Fantastic. So, yeah, any date, time, location, count me in. I don't mind at all. If anything, I think these guys at the Up to the Line Pipe Band podcast might be holding the guys back at the Grace Note Vortex. I don't know. Either way, guys, count me in for the next big Grace Note rant whenever we can get it together. Just let me know and I'll switch a mic on and have a good old chat with you. And I'm bringing whiskey. All the best.
I've never been more excited because I do love me a drunk Rab.
Yeah, he was pretty fun. Although it's never going to happen.
It's never going to happen. And actually, it's delayed again, and this is my fault this time.
Yep.
Bring back the Pooh Bear.
Bring back the Pooh Bear, right, Oz? So a couple ideas on this. One, I have this in the notes. I might as well fess up now that it's been delayed again due to my ass. We had everything ready to go, and then I'm going out of town the weekend that we were going to do it. So I will fix it, though. I will find us a time.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, and I think, it's a bit of a shit show. Here's what I think we should do for the big Grace Note rant, too. I think Rabbi needs to use some of his pull as one of the 4 premier Pipe Band podcasts to get a nice big name special guest. Tell him that it's his show, and then by the time they realize it's Big Grace Note Rant 2 and we're all a bunch of drunk shitheads, too late. You're already in.
I don't think Rab would do that. You think he would do it?
Do the old bait and switch.
I don't know. It's worth a try. I would ask him for sure.
Yeah, I mean that might be the only way we get a big name on the show again.
Yeah, probably. Or it's going to be a while. We've gotten lucky lately.
Yeah, that's true. we've done pretty well. Ozzy, among your least favorite Channeron episodes, where does the original Big Grace Note rant land?
Well, least favorite or most favorite? It was a shit show.
I leave that to you. It is the origin of the classic. Captain is the Foucault of our ship.
100%. There were so many good things that came out of that show. Honestly, the genesis of so many gender legends.
Oh, that was the blackiest of blackouts I've ever had. Is that racist to say?
I don't know. I think in this occasion you're probably fine.
Okay,
because you blacked out pretty goddamn hard.
Yeah, that was insane.
All right, so we have an email from Heather with an accompanying video. It says, "Hey guys, found another one of these band practice Zoom compilation videos, and I did enjoy watching it, so I just thought I would share. Okay, so maybe not on level with the Keith Highlanders, but I'm willing to give them extra style points for uniforms, and also they do sound like they've played this together a lot. I still enjoyed it despite not being sure if the drums were out of tempo or the pipes were out of tempo at one point. Our band finally started small group pipe practices on Zoom last week. Parentheses, the drummers, in typical fashion, have been doing them since quarantine began. Close parentheses. Our group leader thinks we have 2 years to learn the new medley, which is good. Jesus Christ, because we may actually need it. I'd be kidding if I told you I love Miss McLeod of Rassay. Is that how you say
Rassay.
that? Rassay? At a competition reel. It was supposed to be our Highland Games up here the past weekend, but obviously wasn't. I had to drink the gluten-free version of Guinness in my kitchen instead. In order to make the experience authentic and repeat my now annual personal tradition of fucking up heading into the circle at our games, I decided to violate the cardinal rule of not fucking around with your pipes before a performance. I messed with my drones before a few of us headed to a local hospital to play for the nurses at shift change. We're also a service band, and small groups of us have been playing for them every Saturday. Somehow, me not being able to strike in at the line was still well received by our intended audience. Thank God no one else was that bad.
Why did you put at the line in quotations?
I don't know. Well, it's like a theoretical at the line when they're performing for these nurses, I guess.
Okay.
Our junior bass drummer was there, and it's always great to have kids showing up. Anyhow, hope you guys are staying sane and safe. Wash your hands, and always hail Satan. Cheers. Your friendly Lady Piper of the North. P.S. I don't know the Lady Pipers from the aptly named podcast personally, but I think you should get them on the show. At least one of them drinks whiskey regularly, and they do seem to love a good bullshit. It would be a great mashup. We are in the process. We're trying.
Yeah, we have made contact. It's in the works.
Yeah, because Fusco is a registered sex offender, they do not want to talk to us right now.
No, they could talk to us. They just can't be in the same room.
Yeah, so we're working on how that would work with his many existing restraining orders. But we do have a link to the video that she sent.
Yes.
Of the band playing, and yeah, we want to give it a little peep.
Yeah. Maybe there's a long intro that I'm unaware of. Okay, here we go. It's going to get louder in a second here. Whole lot of vertical video going on here.
Jesus fuck.
But he
It's
hit
usually
it,
my MO.
he hit it well, though. He put this stuff on the sides. This guy was the only one who did it right. You'll see.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll go on a rant about that later.
Pipes and drums. At the halt. Roll.
This is a new twist on this style of video.
March.
This is the 48th Highlanders of Canada, Pipes and Drums. I don't know if that's the tune or the name of the band. I assume it's the band. Yeah, nice uniforms. I guess that's something.
Yellow flashes?
They unfortunately are using tartan bag covers, and I friggin' hate that. But I think that's a military thing, so I think they can get away with it.
Hey,
In the
yeah.
video, the drum
Is there a drum major?
Yeah, he even did the cutoff. That was pretty cool.
That's cool. I almost wonder, like, if you're trying to do like the Zoom compilation shit, they're not doing it live, right? Every
No,
person is
they all
recording a single thing to a click, and then someone is putting it together, right? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's the only way to do it. And so that was pretty good. I like when they add the drums in. You know, they're no Keith Highlanders, but it's not bad.
Yeah,
Not
no,
bad.
that's pretty good, man. That slaps. I like the fact they included the drum major for no reason.
Yeah, and the call off. You know, hey, it's the first time I've seen that. So that's a nice little difference.
Yeah, you got to give the guy with money in the band something to do.
Exactly. you need to get him donating back to the band again.
Yeah, if you don't include the drum major, you're paying your own bar tab, and nobody wants to do that. Yeah. Cool. All right, so we got a couple more quick things. We had a Facebook message from James. James has some brilliant pickup lines for Andrew since he likes the older ladies.
Should we act this
You
out?
want to role play this?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you want to be you, or do you want to be the lady?
I'll be me. You be the woman.
Okay.
So-
Just like when we normally role play.
exactly. So it starts like this. Hey, baby.
I got kids, you bastard.
You have a kid? Is their name Stacy?
No, their name is Ozzy.
Because you've got it going on.
Hey,
That's genius.
Must have
I'm gonna try
thought-
that next
yeah.
time I'm at the bar.
do you think that still
In
tracks?
2 years.
I mean, that's a song that's like my generation. That song, dude.
Oh, it's gotta be. It's older
Stacy's
than that,
mom?
isn't it? Isn't that fucking? Isn't that a ripoff of what's his name? Something even older than that, though.
Probably, yeah. Isn't
can't
everything?
remember. I
Isn't
can't
everything an
remember, but-
iteration at this point? Aren't we just stuck in an endless cycle of iteration upon iteration until we eventually hurtle into a black hole?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. No. I got it when he said it, and I'm not that familiar with that song, but
you got it, and you're old,
yeah.
so it must
remember,
be an old reference.
Graham used to say that all the time about. Do you remember Heidi?
I do.
And Heidi had a very attractive mother.
She recently popped up in my social media feed for some inexplicable reason. I don't know what's going on. It was like,
Yeah.
yo, like suggested. It was like a suggested friend on like Instagram or something, maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah. Anyway, she had a
I'm like, how the fuck do you know that I know this person?
Yeah. Back then, she had an attractive mother, and Graham used to always give her shit like, "Hey, Heidi's mom, it's gotta go," just to kind of mess with you know how Graham is. But anyway,
And now he's her stepdad. So
unfortunately for her,
It
oh my
worked out.
god.
and then turned around into I saw a video. I gotta send you this link. I saw a great video where it was this guy and it's like his hot stepsister is always trying to fuck him, and he's like, no, like just leave me alone.
I need to see this one.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's weird. Fuck off. It's like, but my hand is stuck in the dishwasher. He's like, then fucking get it out yourself. Leave me alone.
Because I watch all kinds of stepbrother porn.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Wait, you watch just dudes going on dudes, stepbrother and stepbrother?
Exactly.
But you're my stepbrother.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, speaking of porn, we recently got to be on the Scale Down podcast.
Oh, is that? I still don't know the name of that show. I was like, "What is the scale down?" I'm just sticking in my head. What is this?
I want to give a quick shout out because that's how these things work. It's a very incestuous system. Quick shout out to Brad Green.
Yep.
And his lovely wife for they have a podcast. It's about performers and relationships. I don't really know what we talked about. I was pretty lit.
Just a reminder, Brad is the Piper for Seven Nations.
This is true. Yeah.
This is how we know
So
him.
if you are a longtime listener to the show, you may remember when Brad was on.
Yeah. But yeah, they do a relationship podcast, and for some reason they had us on. I don't know why.
They wanted to get a crack at the audience. To see our audience.
Maybe that's what it was.
I don't know.
You sound exactly like an old married couple. What are you talking about?
That's true. That's very true. And that's kind of what
is
they
it
went
true, Fusco?
That's kind of what.
Really, we're gonna do this now.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely went down that road. Too.
No, it was interesting. So yeah, check them out. Scale Down Podcast. Brad Green. I don't know. There's like maybe 6 or 7 episodes out, so they already have more than Grace Note Vortex.
Yeah, they're doing amazing.
They're killing it.
and more than what's it called now? The
Pipe Pod
no,
Bandcast.
the Up to the Line podcast.
Oh,
The new
Up to
one.
the
I meant.
Line.
Yeah,
Oh,
more
okay,
than
Up
those
to the
two.
Line. Yeah.
By the way, have you listened to them lately?
No. When was the last one? Like 6 months ago?
No, they did put one out recently, but it was I believe it was Stuart. I don't think it was Steven. I'm pretty sure it was Stuart interviewing Dr. Stephanie Burns.
Stuart kind of drives the bus. I mean,
No, I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I mean,
over there. Fucking hell.
Stuart is the Foucault of our ship.
Definitely. But no, he interviewed Dr. Stephanie Burns, who wrote those books that everybody's reading about pipe memorization, helping you to learn better and all this stuff. Anyway, but it was a funny episode because that guy barely spoke. This woman can fucking talk. Holy shit.
It's like
She's
when,
an academic, right?
is it like
She's
when we
an
have
academic,
Doogie
yeah.
on?
But she's also a woman. Put those two together. Holy moly. Like, I remember, like, there was, like, a period of, like, 10 minutes where he did not say a word. I was going to time it, and I'm like, I don't care that much. It's estimated 10 minutes.
So what you're saying is I should play, if I listen to that episode, I should do it as a drinking game where I only drink every time Stuart talks.
Correct.
And I'll be fine.
And you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yep. But it was still entertaining. But it was like, whoa.
I'll check it out. Yeah. I'm pretty caught up on Rab's show. It's weird because like there's so many bagpipe podcasts that have emerged now, and I don't listen to any of them because I have better things to do. But Rab's show I thoroughly enjoy, and I've listened to I think one episode Up to the Line.
Only one, the first one.
Yeah, it's no. I listened. I think it was like midway through. Yeah, and it's good. I like it. I think it's interesting because you can tell when they're getting like right to the edge of wanting to like just tear something, and then they like wait and just tell us to do it.
Well, yeah, we definitely get sent messages like, you guys should check this out.
It's like
that's all we're gonna say about it.
Yeah, we're not gonna fuck on these people on our show, but you should fuck on them on theirs.
We're to be political and nice, but that's fair. That's what we do here. So why not?
Speaking of fucking on people, is it time for the fail of the week?
Oh, is it that time already? God damn, this is going
Because
fast.
I know Ozzy's got some views on this particular fail.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be great because she went off.
Yeah,
which was great.
I didn't see her message where she went off, so I feel like we'll get the full thing live.
I can't remember what she said, but some of these things I'm gonna look it up, Ozzy. So don't skip anything. Make sure you rip into this now. So
because we're posting your exact comments.
Because the shit you said was quite funny.
Screenshot it.
It's gonna be like have you ever seen the video where the actor Michael Shannon read the insane sorority letter where she was talking about like cunt punting people, and they did
No.
it was like Funny or
I don't
Die,
know.
and he
Yeah.
just sits there and like stares at the camera and reads the letter. We'll do that, but for Ozzy's rant against this fail.
Oh, this is great. All right, you guys ready to hear this freaking thing? Hold on, turn my volume up. All right, here we go. And I'm not gonna play the whole thing because God knows. You just want to go watch this because it's god awful.
Yeah, we'll post the link.
You will be dumber for having watched it.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I just posted in the chat if you guys want to check this out. It's better to watch it because it's just fucking Highland Cathedral, so who cares?
I also have some comments on this. They're not all mean, but most of them are. They're not all mean, but like 98% of them are mean.
Yeah. Like, so this is, it's by the Phantom Piper, one of the goddesses of whatever the fuck they're called.
And I realized I'd been making a mistake.
This is a dedication to, I don't know, NHS workers, I guess.
I realized I'd been making a mistake. I thought her and one of the Lady Piper pod people were the same person, but they're
No,
not. Yeah, they're
no.
two different people.
They do kind of look, actually, you're right, they do kind of look
Well,
alike.
and they both have like tags, right? It's like I think one's the Phantom Piper and one's like the Dark Isle
Piper is one of,
okay,
yeah, it's one of the lady girls.
And so that's why I was confused. Not because I don't see faces.
To me, all hot broads look the same to me, so it's, it's kind of like black people. They just all look alike. I don't know.
I look alike to you?
No, that's just in your pants.
Wait, I'm not black?
Mama! What were you telling me all my life?
This has been good. Look out! This is. I'm sorry. Much like Lucy, I don't see color, Fusco.
Much like your dog. This is where we get taken down, people. We've gone too far. So I don't know if I want to describe this video, but she's got video picture. I don't know where this girl works.
Well,
she
it's
must
like
work for because she knows these people, I think, or something. Ozzy, you probably know more about this than I do, but what's happening here?
well, and
But
so like for
this is like
Yeah.
I really don't.
so for those of you that are listening, it's basically she's playing Highland Cathedral. Kind of, it looks like riding the struggle
she
bus
playing?
on the instruments.
it looks like it, but I think it's because she's not actually playing.
And it's got like these overlays. It's got these overlays of like NHS workers and like nurses.
Yep.
I want you to pause real quick though, Fusco.
Okay.
Before I let Ozzy go on her rant because I can hear her
She's getting ready.
gearing up.
Yeah, she's getting furious.
I want you to go
Pick it up in
to
the background.
I want you to go to exactly, and if you're following along at home, go to exactly 3 minutes and 8 seconds in the video.
Is that
And look at the still. You don't have to play anything. Just look at the still in the video. And for some reason, it's her playing with like an overlay of like a fucking chihuahua that's like sad.
It's her dog that died.
Oh, is that what it is? Now I feel bad.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say that
No,
dog.
don't feel bad.
If you keep watching, like it says something at the end about my dog passed away within 2 days of this filming or something like that. I don't know.
Because that expression of that dog is exactly how I was looking the entire video. Just
I want you guys to go to
just defeated and slowly wishing I was dead.
still pause it. Okay, I don't want to ruin because Ozzy is definitely going to talk about this. I don't want to take her thunder away. But go ahead, Ozzy. You want me to play this in the background while you're losing your mind?
that's a pretty impressive chihuahua if it worked for NHS.
Yeah, I know. It must have been one of those
Therapy dog.
therapy dogs that are fake. So anyway, Ozzy Broad, what do you think about this?
I just didn't even know where to start. I think I sent it to you and I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like,
That's exactly what you said, and I hadn't seen it yet. That's the first I had heard of it.
I don't. Who's playing? Like
That's what I'm so curious about. Who's the band in the background?
Oh, I'm sure
It
she's
says
got
that,
like.
it was her and some producer who mixed it, and they're gonna like sell it and donate the proceeds for 5 months, rather than the fact that it's a charity single. So it's like, what? That's a pretty bizarre timeline to put on donations. But who the fuck is playing? There's a drummer and like an orchestra and a choir. Where the fuck did they get this music from?
I'm assuming they just.
For a start.
I don't know what that's called, but there's like Music
It's-
Maker and
yeah,
iTunes.
it sounds like
whatever
it's it sounds like a royalty track. Like you pay $3 for the royalty track and
Could
then
be.
just put it to your video. Because I mean, listen to this. This
Could
is
be
this is off an album of somebody's.
This could be Highland Cathedral's karaoke track.
Like this is off an album. I guarantee we could fucking find the exact backing track from this too.
I think we probably could.
Because it definitely is. Like it's like a
Can we
Casio
Shazam it
keyboard
and
and.
see?
Well,
So,
no,
yeah.
I say we should
I
buy the rights to it and make her take down the video.
Yes.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
Be like, what do they call those? Those the trolls, the copyright trolls.
Snipe it. I mean, it's just interesting. I want to know more. Every time I see one of these things, I always want to like just see behind the scenes, right?
It was just so, because she did one a little while ago that was of like, it was some bizarre, it was like a BDSM, like S&M kind of thing where she was like in a warehouse with some dude.
Oh, that's
And
that.
she was, like,
oh, that's the same person.
playing
Okay.
tunes and, yeah, same type. And so, again, I was just like, is this a performance art thing? Because that's the only thing I could think to explain it, other than that she's completely self-delusional, because I just could not wrap my head around it. Like from what I can gather from the like description on YouTube, she's I guess like a nurse or like a healthcare worker in
Oh,
the
that's
UK,
good. You know, like cheers to that.
which is absolutely, which is awesome. But then she's said in this video, like she's got all of her colleagues to take pictures of themselves with like messages of what they miss, I guess. So that's what all the photos of like that are superimposed of like the healthcare workers.
Oh, I
So
see.
Fusco,
But then she has a
here's
comment.
Just let her go.
Hey.
Go ahead.
She has a comment at the end of the video that's like, sorry to everyone who gave me pictures and I didn't fucking use, but how much gratuitous footage is there of her
Of her what?
it's definitely a
at the
ploy.
start? There's like a weird superimposed selfie of her for no fucking reason,
Yeah, so-
other than I guess, hey,
Go to-
remember I'm hot.
Go to the video, check out the still at about 27 seconds, and you'll see what she's talking. It's like so
Her
narcissistic
playing with an overlay of her.
of her. It's remarkable.
Exactly that. But it's like how you're talking last week about the top-down selfies. It's exactly fucking that. Like,
It is. It's a top-down.
Why?
selfie.
Here's what we got to do. Fusco, I'm done fighting the system. All right,
she's
the
a-
snake charmer bagpiper makes like 30 grand a year on YouTube videos. Like we're doing this wrong. Here's what we're gonna do.
Top-down selfies.
We need one hot chick. Doesn't matter if she can play bagpipes because we're gonna record all the bagpipe parts. She just has to pretend that she's playing them.
Okay.
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
And then that's how we achieve YouTube fame.
Can't we just use Megan for this?
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah,
Put
maybe.
pipes in her hand and
100%.
just fake it.
He's already got
Fit
the outfit.
Yeah.
Put her in one of those crazy.
We'll call her the
BDSM
Dama
things.
the
Dama
Piper.
Copyrighted, Joe Brady.
Yeah,
Don't fucking
yeah,
steal
fuck
it.
off, Joe Brady. I swear to God, if I see Dama Piper pop up on Instagram, I'm gonna drive to Raleigh and TP your house. I can't do anything mean to Joe Brady. He's too nice of a man, but a decent TPing will be fine.
But then you touched on the best thing of all, right? So it's brilliant that she's an NHS worker. Like, congrats for all the amazing frontline work that you're doing. But then she pitches this as like, this is my tribute to like all of my workers and to all, the horrible things that are going on with COVID-19. And then you get to the end of the video and it's about her fucking dog. And it's like, did your dog die of COVID-19, or what the fuck does that have to do
What
with
does
the
it have
price
to
of
do
rice in
then?
China? Like, what the hell is going on in this video?
Hey, her. I don't want to shit talk the dead dog here.
Why not? It's a fucking ugly dog. Who gives a shit?
So, well, luckily it's a Chihuahua, so it's not actually technically a dog.
Right. It's like a cat.
Yeah.
And what? Anything else that upset you about this, Ozzy?
Remind me.
She's not playing any embellishments. Maybe you said this already.
Well, she's not
yes.
fucking playing on the track. Like, the track is not her
I was
playing.
gonna say, she's not playing, and the track she chose was the simplest fucking setting of this possible tune that you could ever do. There's like not even grace notes in this thing, except where there has to be.
Yeah.
There's a
I mean, she's,
reason
in the video, her fingers are making motion, but she's
Yeah.
obviously not playing.
There's a reason the fucking camera doesn't zoom out and there's a drum kit and a guitar player and a fucking choir and all this other shit. Like, there's a reason that's not in the video. It's because it's not fucking
Well,
It
there.
didn't happen.
Yeah.
I was instantly suspicious because the very first shot of the video doesn't show her fingers, and I was like,
Yeah.
Like, what?
Me standing
What's
in
gonna
a barren field mouthing the words to frickin' Africa to a backing track doesn't put me in Toto, dude. Like, I'm...
Oh, and well, of course, she's got the flaming bagpipes, which makes me fucking insane. And they're going the entire time. She must go through insane amount of propane.
Well,
bills,
here's what I'll say.
Whatever the
about,
fuck powers
like,
those things.
the only problem I have with flaming bagpipes is that the rest of the bagpipe doesn't catch on fire as well, and just sort that problem.
It would be nice if it did, right?
Yeah.
Because have you ever met a piper that has flaming bagpipes that's worth anything? That you should live?
No.
No.
Like,
So
given the option, I think a great idea, and you can try this at home, kids. If you see a flaming bagpiper in the street, run up and spray him with hairspray. Doogie will love that one.
Yes, a couple people in the chat. Somebody mentioned at the end she references being sponsored by Macallan Bagpipes, which blows my fucking mind. But I mean, they're business. Of course, she gets views. So what are they going to do?
Well,
Of
that's
course
okay.
they-
I already
Yeah,
have
she gets a shitload of views.
I already have both the sets of McCallums I ever intend to buy. So
Also, somebody said, how did she not get one thumbs down on this video? I tell you what, I just became the first thumbs down, everybody. I just went in there. I didn't even think. I never even think to do that.
on my way.
This is crap. I'm going to thumbs down it. Am I signed in as me or Fuck, I'm signed in as me. Quick, let me change it. Hold on.
No. So keep it as you, because then
I'm
you can
just
do
kidding.
it.
I
They
don't
can do it
care.
multiple times.
I just don't care.
No, it's like one of those things where, granted, this is probably why we're not sponsored by anyone except for our fans.
Right, exactly.
But that video is shit. McCallum sponsored it, so this one brought to you by Henderson's Henderson Bagpipes.
Oh, you want like
Wait,
a
who
competing
do
bagpipe?
we want to sponsor?
Dunbar.
What about yours?
Acadabooey's taken, so
Yeah, Atherton Bagpipe. This
Atherton.
brought to you by Atherton.
Yeah. Us telling this person to go fuck themselves. Brought to you by Atherton.
Oh, God. I'm going to get a phone call about that.
Atherton Bagpipes. Do you want bagpipes that are more expensive than your car? Atherton.
So true. But it's worth it.
Do you want to work a gig where you're more worried about your bagpipes being stolen than your car being stolen? Atherton.
My previous car, this was exactly correct.
Was 100%
It was
worth
100% correct. I
less than your bagpipes.
used to carry my Athertons in the trunk and think, this is an interesting conundrum.
I mean, you paid more for your Athertons than I paid for my truck.
Oh, I don't know what you paid for your truck, but I assume so. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know what you paid for your Atherton.
Oh, but they're fantastic. I highly recommend them for everybody.
They are pretty. This is true, and they sound okay.
Yeah, they sound right.
Yeah, when someone else plays them, they're really good. But strangely enough, when Jack Lee needed to borrow a set of pipes at Game of Thrones to play, he didn't pick yours.
It's because he's sponsored by Macallan.
That's so weird. That's so weird that I put mine.
And I play an easy read.
Without even knowing that mine were...
He knows this.
McCallum's from the shite years.
Yeah.
From the years before they were really good.
I just want, and this definitely points out how a
Also,
good
McCallum,
player
if
can
you're-
make anything sound good.
If you're listening, we'll shit talk a different type of pipe if you send me a new set. Because mine are 04s, and that was before they were good.
Yeah, that was back in their very questionable period of time. But proof for everybody out there that a good piper can make anything sound good. So it's really not just go home and practice and work on your shit.
For example, I make this podcast sound good.
Got to do something, right? I guess.
Gotta be good at one thing. All right, so that was our fail of the week / Aussie rant. Is it win or try next? This is your realm. You built this small kingdom. Now lord over it.
I'm gonna go with try
Okay.
because to me this is. I only heard a second of it, but it sounds like a fail to me. But I'm not sure.
I gave Fusco some links that were sent to us
Yeah.
to determine. Fusco is like the sorting hat of pipe band fails.
So
You put him on, and he declares whether you're a win, fail, or a
correct.
try.
Yes, I make the final decision on whether you make it, whether it's a positive experience or your life just ended. But Ozzy is aware of this. I am unaware of this. But let's play this. Where is the city of Ipswich? Anybody know?
It's about 30 minutes from Brisbane.
Oh, okay. Is she really singing? Because it's
Well, yeah, like not like the video's
not in the video.
yeah.
No, I know that, but
Yeah, that is her. They did like this live concert thing.
oh, okay.
Just like Lincoln Hilton isn't quadruplets.
That wasn't
Some
what
of
I
it
was
is
asking.
some of it is done in post. Just
I get it. I'm not a friggin' retard.
hard R's.
I don't
That's a
care.
bell.
I don't care.
It's the bell for a hard R.
She stopped
No, that
singing.
well.
What the hell? How is there still vocals and she stopped singing? Oh wait. Okay. Is this a real song? I've never heard this song before.
Yeah, it was done as like a charity single from some singer in the UK with the Philly Pipers, I think.
Oh, okay.
Do you think our charity single is going to go over this well?
No. Like, she can actually sing.
Well, remember we're doing a rap.
Granted, the trick is put insane amounts of reverb on your voice and it sounds way better.
Same for bagpipes.
Wait, is that all it takes?
That's all it takes, man. Do we want to listen to this whole thing or no?
No.
All right. It's
So
cool.
there's a pipe band. Yeah, that's interesting. So
She must be in the pipe band, I assume. I don't know. Or I don't know.
or
I
just
have no
hired
idea.
a pipe band.
Could be.
Could
Could
be in
be.
the fucking track.
Could be. Yeah, I know nothing about this. But it's pretty cool. It's all right.
Okay, I'll take that. Was that our try?
That was our try. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hate it. It wasn't as pipey as we would normally like, but it did feature a pipe band.
Good feature pipes.
Yeah.
So that's always nice. So the win of the week is we were also sent this, tweeted this, I guess. And I don't know if this is an old recording. They make it sound like it is, but I don't know if it is. And it's from our, I don't know how to say this. Do you know how to say Banda de Gaita del Batallón de San Patricio? I don't know. Fucking.
It's a Banda de Gaitas
It's the band in
de
Mexico.
Batallón San Patricio, maybe? I'm not looking at it, so I don't know. But
You said it like Andy, but in a more Mexican accent.
well, no, like Banda de Gaitas means pipe band in
I know what that
Spanish.
means, but I just don't know how to say those words in a very Spanishy kind of way. But anyway, it's the band from Mexico City. I believe they're in Mexico City. And they did a whole fucking album. When do you hear this? I would kill for half the white world to sound as good as this band sounds. Whose culture is actually from fucking
Oh, dude,
Scotland.
we're moving to Mexico.
Oh my God.
I'm totally game.
Jesus, check this out. I just picked a fucking track, and what's interesting about
There's a
this
medley in the middle.
there is. That's why I went to the end of Amazing Grace.
Sounds like a big band too, man. That's a lot of power. It makes me think it might be an older recording too, because it's a little like overall flatter than you would expect to hear nowadays. Like it's like got that kind of bassy 440 that
Might be.
older bands
Can't
have.
imagine it's that old, but maybe. Or maybe they can't get normal chanters in Mexico. I have no idea.
Give me something that slaps.
It's coming. I wanted to get through this because their tone is quite good. That's why I wanted to play this part.
Harmonies are nice too.
So check out what they do here, which is kind of interesting.
Nope.
They turn Amazing Grace into a jig. One, two, three. Yeah, jig. Yeah.
I get it, but it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I don't particularly like it, but
Just play a jig. Fuck Amazing Grace.
I don't mind it.
when they hit the next tune, which is the tune I like, I think it's the next tune. They need some help tuning their bass drum, but
You don't like that good, just the Dude, snares are on point.
there's only one, maybe two.
I would say you can mix it louder too. Yeah, you can drop in a lot more snare on the mix.
Or just record numerous tracks with the same guy, maybe. Now, the tenors are going for it here. It's a lot of noise. Maybe it was the tenors. Maybe that's what I heard.
That ringing, I think
it's the tenors.
It sounds like a tenor mallet, not a bass mallet.
Because now that I'm hearing bass in the jig, it sounds better. no idea what they're doing now, but some variation of that tune again.
Look, a time signature change. Nice and easy.
A little smooth, and they're not playing it that fast. They're just crushing it. You hear that D throw? How nice that sounded all together.
Dude, and like they left the pipes alone for so long on that one.
Tenor is terrible.
Is that what that bong is?
That big bong, yeah. It's gotta be. Or it's like a... Maybe they have two basses and they tune one up for some reason. I don't know. Sounds like a tenor though.
Sounds like the snare on Saint Anger.
It does. It's got that same ring. Cobra's in the chat. He'll tell us.
Yeah, Cobra will figure it out.
They're doing like a waltz version of the same tune, which is cool. Like a real style waltz.
Dude, let it ride, man. This is the best one we've had in a while.
This is quite good.
Did you hear that little squirk on that G?
Mm-hmm. It's all right. They're not perfect, obviously, but it's quite good.
Dude, that
they did
was
a whole
awesome.
album. I'm reading it. They're on Bandcamp. You know what Bandcamp
Yeah,
is?
the back in the day, dude. That's
So you can actually buy their album, which is I would suggest. Apparently, it's 7 million Mexican dollars, which is probably
So
like
$7.
$4. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but they have like 12 tracks, and I was hoping they do even have one that has a Mexican medley. Which
I'm gonna buy their album, man.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting query. This is kind of off on a tangent. Where's all the good pipe band vinyl?
Oh, they're out there. They just don't make them.
I'm about to say I'm interested to know where do you go to hunt
I'm
down?
actually I've got an Edison player, which I don't know if you guys have ever seen, but it's like the ones that have the old like vinyl cylinders.
Yeah, it's
If anyone
those things
has
are awesome.
pipe band on vinyl cylinder, let me know. I will pay good money. I've got like shitty old Hawaiian like recordings and like old opera and shit, but I desperately want to hear what pipe band sounds like on it. So
I've got a fairly basic turntable. Actually, you know who I have listened to? I don't think it was vinyl though. I think he had some old albums that were on CD. Jack Too Good. Have you ever been to his man cave?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's got some really good old like
I've seen his
SFU
record,
shit,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the 1990s SFU shit. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
he's got some good stuff, and it's like I don't think he even knows what he's got. Like
Has no idea. Yeah,
like,
because
why
I remember
that's
him
cool.
playing it. I remember him playing it for me. He's like, "Oh, dude, I got some pipe band CDs. Like, you should check these out." And I'm listening to it. I'm like, "Holy fucking
Records or CDs?
CDs, I think. I don't think he has records.
Oh, I thought you meant he
of
had
pipe
records of
bands.
this. Okay,
No,
yeah.
I think he's just got old CDs of some of the competition bands from the day.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I'm listening to some of these. I'm like, holy fucking shit, dude, these are amazing.
I reckon it'd be interesting to hear though, because have you guys heard some of those videos that go up on YouTube and Facebook of like the pipe bands from the 20s, and they sound like the shitty like British accent that you put on, Josh, when you're talking about like the news from whatever. Yeah, but it's like the musical equivalent of that. It's like
coming
really
off the line, we've got the butt fucking district pipe band. We've
I'd
got
be interested to know
we've
if
got
they were just like kind of.
the Stubbs district veteran pipe band.
But I'd be interested to know if they were just like the shitty pipe bands of the day, or if like they were actually what was the standard at the time, and if you could kind of compare that to now, because wow.
No, I think that was the standard at the time because things were a lot different back then. Obviously, they used cane everything.
Everything was cane.
There was no control. Like
it was mostly
didn't have
hide.
tape.
It was hide bags.
It was all sheepskin or whatever
Yeah.
at the time, and they had no tape, so they were like using like wax to like change their tuning and stuff. So like they would only go so far. If you listen to any old movie with bagpipe band in it, it's always really pretty terrible. I mean,
also,
compared
just,
to
like,
today's standards,
the overall pitch is a lot
way
lower.
flatter.
Yeah, like I mean,
the tuning is all over the place usually too.
that's usually an easy way to tell like what era or area a band is from, because it's like if the high A doesn't make all the dogs bark, it's probably not a modern competition pipe band.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you can actually
Kinda
hear
like-
you can hear the high A.
It's like that dump, but
It's kind of like how people get prettier as time goes on, so does the sound out of pipe bands, I guess. But yeah, I'd
but
be interested to see
here's
it
what I'm
sounds like on
wondering:
vinyl.
how is it that the sound out of pipe bands got prettier, but the people in pipe bands didn't? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Still the same ugly fucks.
Like it's still a bunch of unfuckable loons.
There's a few more women that are attractive, I guess. I mean, but not the men for sure.
Yeah, I mean, granted, the Kiwi Dreamboat's new to pipe band, so we're slowly trying to get some chum in the water.
Oh my god, there's some.
You just got to attract more of that kind, and then they can breed it in, and in like 2 generations' time, it'll all be.
No, see, here's what's
still less attractive than the generations of that era, but.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind, Oz, pretty people don't have to be interesting, so they never have to pick up the bagpipes.
Or learn to have a reasonable conversation. Because guys are going to try to entertain you.
Yeah, if you're hot enough, you don't have to be interesting.
The fucking fail of the week.
Absolutely
That's true.
So we do have some answers. I don't know if you're looking in the chat.
I've seen some stuff. I want you to take us down a road, Fusco.
Looks like it's Rab says it's a cover version of the Chili Pipers song. So they did the backing to it. How she got a hold of it, I don't know. And she doesn't credit them in the video, right?
No.
We saw no credit.
She says that she's the performer, and then there's some dude who produced it, who I assume must be the guy who cut together the piss poor video. But like,
maybe he's in the in the Chili's. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, that's where that came from.
Go find a male cow and feed it some laxative, because that's bullshit. She fucking stole that track, dude.
Tom Walker wrote the song. Wrote what song? Highland Cathedral. That's not correct.
Nah, it's different.
So yeah. Anyway, good stuff for the Mexican band. I'm a fan,
dude. Yeah, no, that was a really good win, man. That track slaps. I'm gonna buy their album.
I know you guys aren't fans of Amazing Grace, but I actually really like that jig version.
I loathe Amazing Grace. I hate Cajun Grace. I hate the fucking jig version of Amazing Grace. But the rest of that medley was pretty good.
Yeah, and they did a good job of playing actually Amazing Grace. It sounded really nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's like no one likes getting a colonoscopy, but if you barely feel it, then it's like the best colonoscopy you've ever had. Like that's how I feel about the Amazing Grace.
They put you to sleep first.
I didn't
and then
feel
you have the best sleep of your life.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's where what's her name, Daniela's came from. She learned under that band before she moved here.
Band of the Gaita.
Yeah, because she's actually put me in touch with them. They wanted to come to the games. This was like 2 years ago or something. So she was like trying to figure out how to get them involved.
We were trying to shoot a documentary. Do you remember this? We were gonna go to Mexico we were gonna embed ourselves with the City of Mexico pipe band.
No, I think this is the only pipe band I think must be this one.
Have Daniela come with, and we were gonna film a whole fucking thing.
Oh, I remember we had the idea. I don't know. It didn't get really that close.
That's because it didn't have any money.
Well, yeah. But the idea did come up. It's in the idea notebook for sure.
Here's the thing about filming, guys. It requires cash. A significant amount of it.
Oh boy. So anyway, good stuff. I think that's all that.
Dude, that's awesome. Okay, so Ozzy. Fusco, I gave Fusco the litany of topics that you suggested to me when we were chatting about waking you up first thing in the morning. By the way, what time did you have to get up to be on the show so everyone in the audience can appreciate it?
Fucking 5 a.m. You boys owe me.
Well, we weren't live. We weren't going live till 7, so you could have gotten up at 6:45.
You could have just stayed in bed and put your headphones on with your gaming headset on and just laid in bed and talked to us.
That's true. I still have no idea. What Ozzy plays, but I do see her on Xbox Live every now and then.
I think she uses it for Netflix. I think that's all it is.
Do at the moment, yes.
The topic.
I'm busy learning how to be a better piper, guys. Come on.
Busy.
Not based on that fucking Strass Bay in the intro.
Just kidding. Just teasing.
You know what dancer's supposed to be able to go to that, right? Unless that dancer is 300 pounds with broken ankles, that Strass Bay ain't gonna fly.
I was aiming for 3 a.m. on the club dance floor, not
just
not at the Highland game.
Red Bull, we're gonna live forever.
And then like a really shitty superimposed video playing behind it.
It was Shawnee's tune. As presented by Deadmau5. So I sent Fusco the litany of topics you and I discussed, and the one that he picked was should you quit pipe band? That was the one,
because we've talked about everything else to death. Everything else,
like the one thing that we do, the very minimal organization that we do for this show is occasionally I'll like fire off like 4 topics to Fusco and be like, which one of these gets your dick hard?
Yep. And usually they're always something. I mean, every one of them is something we've already done. But this is
Well, there's
what
only
we do.
There's only 5 types of chain ran episode.
You know.
And anyone who's been listening for the last 3 months would know that quitting pipe band will get Fosco's dick hard. So.
Oh my God! Yes.
It's all he could think about. So Ozzy, I kind of want to know what the impetus was for you to throw that out as an idea. Like, what is going on in Straya?
Oh, well, there's actually lots going on in Australia, but much the same as everywhere else, I think. But the reason I brought it up was because when when all this stuff first started hitting and we were kind of, everything was changing every 5 seconds, we were standing on quicksand trying to figure out, what the hell was going on with comps and gigs and everything like that. I think everyone's big fear was kind of that people would lose interest, I guess, which is why I think a lot of bands kind of rushed into, let's do, Zoom practices every week. And I think when we first kicked off, we were like setting video assignments every week for our, pipers, and the drummers were doing theory lessons. And like, we were just trying to figure out trying to evolve over time. Like, how can we keep everyone engaged? And being involved in my band's leadership, it was kind of like, what are we going to do if people lose interest? And I think we've seen a little bit of that. No one has quit yet, but I think there's been generally kind of, it seems to have really polarized people, this kind of like being at home thing where people are either super chomping at the bit to kind of, yes, like, let's get back on the field. Like, who cares if COVID's still an issue? Who cares if there's going to be, double spikes? Like, we just need to, get back out there and get back into the scene. And then the other side of it, I think, is people who are kind of like, meh. Like, I've had all this time now to think and realize that pipe band completely took over my fucking life. And now that I've had a bit of a reprieve from it, it's almost like being in remission from pipe band, where it's just like, like, I've had all this free time, and do I even want to fucking do this anymore? Or do I want to rethink how I do this? Like, do I still want to be a part of a band, or do I want to, look into more sort of solo playing?
Yeah.
Or do a YouTube video with a lot of overlays of your dog.
Or yourself in the typical Tinder pose of "I'm not fat" pose.
Hey, that's how my Tinder profile looked. It was always
like, what is this fucking pic? What is this shot, man?
it was either duck face top down,
Yep.
or just all balls.
That's what I go for.
Yeah.
Every time I see a girl with that picture, I'm
Where
going
did
to
you
send
get
them my
fish?
balls. Just
Where
as-
did you fit the fish in the shot, Josh?
Yeah, it was hard. It was very difficult. So, well, I mean, it technically wasn't hard. It was pretty flaccid. But I tried to make sure that it was a mostly ball shot because, I'm very self-conscious about how much bigger my dick is than my balls. They proportionally don't look right.
That's why you got to shave. It makes everything look bigger. That's why I do.
Oh.
Take it all off.
I figure eventually I'll sustain a crotch injury and I'll only have one testicle, and then it won't look as weird.
Yeah.
Granted, I hope it's not righty because he's already riding a little high. So anyway,
So I do. People have definitely lost interest. At least it seems like it to me. Like in our scheme, for sure. Like, people are showing up less and less to our group things or to our individual things. They're showing up not having practiced. You could tell some people have, but I'd say it's 50-50. So it seems to be a decline of like, hey, I don't really have to be here. The drummers are still showing up, but
yeah, drummers are still killing it. I have a question for you, Andrew, because this is something that I was thinking about the other day. Do you I feel like a lot of the people who have checked out during quarantine actually were, when I think about it, were checked out before. Like, now they have an excuse, but like, there's people in the band that have been checked out for like 6 months, and not just because of this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'd say it's about the same. You're right. Yeah.
so that's always interesting to me. Where I'm like I can see, and I will say this, some of the behavior that flags me, like, as like I'm checked out, I see it so much easier now that we're trying to do these like weekly things where people are logging in. Like, it's so much harder when we're not all together in a group and my head has to be on a swivel to see who's checked out. Like, when they're all just on one little screen in front of me, I can immediately just dial in and be like, oh, you don't actually give a fuck. Like, you're just, or something's wrong and I gotta go. Like, like, I see so many of those now and I'm just like, oh my God, it's so much easier for me to track your facial expressions when you're all on just one screen directly in front of my face versus when I have to like try to keep an eye on you fuckers, and as soon as I turn, you hide it.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
And it's funny, right? Because like the Zoom thing, I think everyone thought would work because there's like a lot of people that provide online tuition, right? Like Andy, you're one that does, like the dojo do it really successfully. And I think in going into
everyone on the
that whole Zoom
dojo
thing,
except
people-
Andy does it successfully, but
But there's that PR coming out of you. But the whole point of doing that was people thought like, oh, well, this will be a way, like it won't be exactly what we wanted or what we would usually get out of practice altogether, but at least it gives us a way to zoom in on different things, right? Zoom. But like where you can focus on like, you know, people's individual playing and all that sort of stuff. And I think what
Which
you
is what
find
terrifies
is that the
our
people
people. Our people are terrified of, oh my God, you're going to focus on me? Oh no.
wait,
Anyway, sorry, go
I
ahead.
have to actually get one thing right.
Oh my God.
we've had a lot
What
of
if I have
that
to get it
too.
wrong in
And
front of my friends multiple times? That's fucking practice. That's what it's called.
Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Oz.
If you did practice, that wouldn't be an issue, but yes. But I think the people who would have gravitated to that sort of playing already did. So they were already involved in those kinds of programs. And then when you try and roll that out across everyone, it doesn't work. People, you know, start to get frustrated with it because if they were going to be interested in that kind of learning anyway, they would have been doing that already. Or if they did, they take to it like a duck to water, but a lot of people don't. So
Yeah, this is that way we've been talking about this for years, the cream to the top kind of concept. And those people end up in grade 3, grade 2, end up in grade 1 at some point anyway. So you always lose them in our levels anyway. And it's kind of the same idea. It's just a very hyper-focused version of that right now because it's so obvious.
That's how we know
When
that
you're staring at them on Zoom.
That's how we know neither you or I are cream because we would have risen to the top by now.
Or absolutely. Glutton for punishment, for sure.
Sadists.
It's like you can't. No matter what you can't fucking win. I definitely have been feeling that this week. Like you can't fucking win, man. Like you do what they want, and then I gotta leave. I gotta go.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, this goes back to like
I can't be there. Like what the
and-
fuck? It's the same night as practice as every other fucking night.
I think that like Aussie's
And their commute.
topic that she brought up was like, you know, do you even want to do this? I think that's a question not enough people ask themselves that are in this system,
Yeah. Although I don't.
or they
For
ask
my-
themselves and they lie to
For the
themselves.
benefit of my career, please don't ask yourself that question. I don't really care.
Well, if you want to do this and it's a thing you actually want to succeed at, obviously, you'll do a dojo test drive for $1, 30 days at
how did I
Chanarant
give you this setup?
at chanarant.com/sucklist. Don't step on my ad read. Come on, I need that money, man.
We need
I'm
that sweet dojo money.
I'm fun employed right now.
But yeah, I think it will be really interesting. Like to like, will this actually change the way that people approach practice? Like we've definitely had the conversation of like Zoom, for instance, might actually be better in future for our learners rather than doing it in a group setting and stuff like that, because you can actually focus in on that really specific like finger work and stuff like that you know you don't often get to do in a group, or people can, like we all know, like hide or go, oh, I'll just work on it, like, you know, and come back next week, and they never do. But I wonder if, you know, this will actually change people's approach to it, because I think a lot of people haven't asked themselves that question in quite some time of, yeah, do I actually want to give up, you know, 1 to 3 nights a week and, you know, several weekends and in comp season every fucking weekend.
And 20% of
do
your
I wanna
income.
spend- Yeah, exactly. And like all my free time to running this thing or practicing or whatever.
It sounds really personal, Camille. Is this like something you've been considering? You have a lot
Definitely.
of specifics. You're saying a lot of specific things right now.
Well, I think one of the reasons that renters find the show so cathartic is because we identify with the things that you talk about. And like I am the president of my band. I am the pipe sergeant of my band. I have been the pipe major of my band this year. Like trying to manage music and social media and organization, and which I know you guys identify with very.
I
very
didn't
much.
clip the song, so I'll just do it quietly in the background.
The hero song?
There goes my hero. Watch her as she goes.
But
Ozzy
yeah,
Broad,
you
you're
kind of
my
have
hero.
a second, like Fusco, we've talked about this before, but like you kind of have a second to breathe, and you're just like it's actually really nice to be able to have an afternoon where I can do some gardening, or like,
Yeah.
or like see my family,
Or just have a quiet choke and wank to yourself for once.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah.
I have some things that I want to run by you eventually, so I don't want to step on you. So you do your thing first.
I have one other thing to add to what she's saying is it's really the only thing I would say. Well, not the only thing, but I agree with what she's saying. Plus, it's really nice. At least it was for a couple weeks when we didn't do anything. We didn't do Zoom right away like everybody else did. We kind of gave it 2 weeks.
It was a glorious
It
break.
was 2 weeks of me not being disappointed by humanity, and it was like glorious. You know, I'm like, oh, and then we go back to it. And the first week was great, and then
Don't watch the news because you'll be disappointed by humanity.
oh, I never do.
again
I never do.
immediately.
And I mean, like, oh, it's my band and nobody's practicing, and I'm doing this, and I'm,
This is
a lot
my
of
life.
passion into this, and it's it has nothing to do with dojo stuff, nothing like that. I'm still dedicating a shit ton of time to the people in my local area for nothing, just for them to rip my fucking soul out and then be mad when I get pissed about it.
This is
And then complain to Jeremy, and when I want to do something else that's actually not enjoyable to me, and then I get in fucking trouble for it because
This
that
is
kind of stuff.
this is why if I ever see Fusco walk into the practice hall in a trench coat, I'm hitting the fucking deck.
Get out.
I am kissing the ground and just hail Satan.
Speaking of which, how good has this shutdown been for your school shooting statistics?
For which things?
Any of your mass shooting
it's
statistics?
the first time. It's the first time we haven't had mass shootings in schools in America because all the schools are
in
closed.
months, right?
It's the only way.
That's you found the answer, guys. That's what
Yeah.
you had to do.
But wasn't there a shooting in Texas recently?
Yeah, there was a
Store
shooting in
shooting?
Texas. One of the interesting things is they're having some problems in Chicago because crime is the lowest it's ever been. So it's throwing off all the statistics because all the bangers are staying home, not shooting each other.
Is that what it is?
Oh yeah, dude, you think we got gun violence in fucking Nevada, man? Like we nowhere near places with actual, non-gun toting rednecks and gangs.
Did I just hear you say that there's been even in the shutdown, there's been a shooting?
Oh yeah, there's still shootings here.
Fuck.
Well,
It's America.
Well, when people went back to stores, I don't remember the story because I didn't look that deep into it. But just recently, within the last week or two, right, there was that shooting in Texas,
Yeah, man.
some mass shooting or something or other. I don't remember the details, and somebody's going to correct me, I'm sure, but it's definitely still possible. People are still crazy. That hasn't changed.
I shop at Costco, so I never carry.
Yeah, and the stores are basically. I mean, people still go to the stores. That's where they happen, right? Walmart's still open, or wherever. This is where these things happen.
People of Walmart.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So Fusco, one of the things I wanted to kind of tickle your brain with.
These ideas.
No, just like general observations that I've had
okay.
recently as we've been doing these lessons. Like because we've done 2 weeks now of Around the Table. Remember we bitched the first 2 weeks about the one-on-ones and people bailing.
Yep.
So now I've tasted both.
We've done 3 weeks a group maybe. Yeah.
I have pros and cons to both.
Okay.
So I stand by my pros for one-on-ones. I think you can actually get through a lot more material in a lot less time. I think that one of the things that I run into nowadays, because I've done some follow-ups, I did one with people who couldn't go to the last group lesson, and it took me 15 minutes to be like, here's what we went over, here's play this, here's what I want you to work on, and literally just work on these two things. Don't fucking worry about everything else.
Right.
Come back next week with these two things fixed, and then we'll move on. I wonder if that is a modality that I want to take forward, once the world reopens, if it ever does, and say, okay, your solo lesson with me is going to be 15 minutes because you only need to work on one or two things.
Well, we've talked about this, and what's his name? Richard Parks talked about this when we brought it up on the show about how he has individual sessions with all of his pipers. I don't know. I assume he does it online. I'm sure he's not doing it because there's 40 of those fuckers.
Yeah, but everything's about a half hour
and it's
away.
probably really true. but it's probably really quick. It's all right, you're not expressing this quite right in the MSR, blah blah blah, whatever. It's probably really quick. But we've talked about that because he said that. We're we'll start doing little individual stuff, and we've talked about how to make that reasonable and make that work. But
so those are pros that I'm supporting of the 15-minute
still
individual.
have band practice normal, and then individual sessions how often?
Well, here's where I'm going with this. So individual, what I like is I can say, okay, I'm not going to give you 5 things to work on. Here's one thing. And I don't have to sit here and listen to you fibbly fuck your way through the tune for another 15 minutes. I already know the one thing. Just work on that one thing. Fuck off. Talk to me again either next week or in 2 days. I don't give a shit. As soon as you fix it, call me back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things about group sessions that I've realized that make them very important is the peer pressure aspect. I think that actually because I used to say group sessions, like round the table stuff, was a bit of a waste of time because the people who were basically sucking the most take the most time out of everyone else. But I think that peer pressure might be important. I think like if you're sucking the most time out of the group session because you just either think you can't or didn't practice, maybe that's an important thing to like flog that person in front of the group. On the flip side of that,
we've already heard that that's not the case.
But on the flip side of that too, it comes down to like, okay, does that discourage people from doing group sessions because they don't want to get singled out?
I think we've seen it on Zoom. Like, people still show up to band practice when we do things that way. But they friggin' hated being put on their, like, having to be on their own, generally speaking, for the most. I don't know. I think theoretically you're right. That should work. The peer pressure thing is really important, like, to live up to what your guy standing next to you is doing. But it does not seem to. In reality, it doesn't actually. Nobody practices anymore because they don't want to look like a fool.
I used to think it was
just look like fools.
I used to think it was one or the other, and I don't think that anymore. Like I think now it's probably there's a healthy mix somewhere. But also, like, I mean, I'm so removed from it, and I'm so fucking jaded. Like, like if it was me, right? Like, let's say I was a beginner now, or like a lower level player right now. If I was fucking the thing up consistently in front of the group, I would be like, can I talk to you like separately and like help me with this? Like, can I run this like 10-minute call, a couple times maybe, just to, like, get this fucking thing sorted out? That's just how my brain works.
So I've definitely said this before, and this is the beauty of the dojo. And again, in that,
get the link right this time.
I'm not gonna say. I'm not. This is not the ad read. But like, it brings people together that are of similar mindset. So I get requests like that all the time. I got people in group classes that are like, hey, they write to me and say, hey, can I work with you privately so I can get caught up to everybody else, so I'm not wasting everybody's time. Like, it's fucking brilliant. But locally, people don't generally do that because we're more tied together by obviously location and not desire, right? Or tourists, people that are tourists, like, meaning that are trying out the pipes and it's kind of fun and we're going to hang out together and torture ourselves. I guess.
They don't have the single-minded purpose of wanting to slap Arizona's grade 4, which is all I care about right now.
Right. Which Arizona's?
Oh, fuck, they're only 5-3 now, huh?
Which one are you talking about? Phoenix. Oh yeah, 5-3. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to lord it over.
Right.
I just want to lord it over Len.
Len's retired. He's not even playing anymore.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
yeah. Len's the least retired person.
Don't worry. Their 3 is going to be back in 4 before too long. Don't worry about that. I'm just kidding. I'm sure you guys are brilliant.
I'm just going to be like, suck my dick, Cahill. Oh, no, he's not playing with them either.
He's playing with us, kind of. He came to a band practice once.
It sounded good, too. But no, like, that's the kind of shit where I now think that it's very frustratingly a more complicated problem than I originally imagined it to be.
Mm-hmm. You did used to, again, you are the Hammer. That's your nickname, the Hammer. Everything is a nail to Josh. It's just like, this should be simple, but it's definitely not.
I can't be the Hammer because Zach's nickname is Fleischhammer.
That's true. Okay, we can't have 2 hammers. All right, we'll figure something out.
Because Zach's got a big old fucking dick. That kid is a tripod, guys. He is 4 feet
he's
tall.
Like fucking 30 years old almost.
He's 4 feet tall, and if he gets fully erect, he passes out. That's how much blood it takes. Fleischhammer.
Ozzy, you have any thoughts on this? What we're talking about here? Zach's cock.
On Zach's dick? Or?
Yeah.
Having never met Zach, I'm sure he's a lovely fellow.
You met him.
Yeah,
you must have.
He's a little tattooed fuck playing drums.
No, maybe you didn't. Sorry. I forgot we had no drum corps last year. Sorry.
No.
I push him around on Highland Games like he's Baby Yoda.
We lost you for a second, Ozzy. Repeat what you were saying.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I don't think.
Okay. So, do you have any thoughts on this, though? Seriously.
On which part?
The real thing that we were talking about.
the actual topic.
Stay with us, Ozzy. Work with us here.
Don't get distracted by Zach's gigantic uncut cock. All right, like also episode title. Done.
You know his mother's a patron, right?
Come on. I was zoning out because Josh's head was just getting bigger. I was just so distracted.
Which head?
Yeah, I feel really burned out by this whole topic because it's just I have no fucking idea where it's gonna go. And like when we get practices back, it's gonna be so hard, I think, to keep people's motivation up and try and keep them all going. We're talking now about trying to get back to practice. There's a couple of bands here that have done it on weekends at parklands and stuff like that, where they've got out and maintained distance, but still stayed out. But we're playing it a bit cautiously because we've got quite a few people in our band who are in a risk category for COVID. So just in case, we're trying to be really careful. But even then, I think for the next few months we probably won't be able to get more than sort of 10 people together at a time. So getting the whole band together, we've got about 26 or 27 players all up, including learners. So trying to get the drum corps and the pipe corps all together is not going to be possible for at least the next couple of months, I think. So.
All right, I know she's bitching technically, but I would cut Fusco's foot off for 26 players.
Wait, you're talking pipers or everybody? Is that pipers or everybody?
That's everybody, including the drum corps.
Oh, okay.
And we've grown like 6 or 7 of those pipers from scratch. So
I would cut your foot off and eat it on air for 26 players. Like,
hey, there was a time when we were that big. It was a brief period of time, but I don't think you were. Maybe right before you came back, roughly.
So we figured out the problem. All I got to do is quit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the band will be
solves your problems.
Yeah.
Solves all problems. I don't know.
Just hey, if you're just on a boat and you can't stand it, shoot a hole in the boat.
Absolutely.
What's the worst thing that can happen?
So, Ozzy, this reminds me though that I don't know who's putting it on exactly. The Spirit of 76 Pipe Band, maybe, but they're it's starting to go around. They want to do a world's mini band video contest.
Motherfucking Joe Brady. Seriously?
Absolutely. And Joe wants to know if we want to be involved. But so mini band, I think he's intending 4 pipes, 2 snares, a tenor and a bass, I think is what he's intending, and have it go out to the world. And then because we can keep it small because our rules are 10 or less or something.
Yeah.
So he wants to keep it under that. So and then do video contest because nobody's done the band one yet. There's 1,000 solo contests out there at this point. And maybe I like this idea.
Yeah.
So
I'm down.
Don't worry, you guys are going to get a Facebook attachment at some point. Joe will not miss you.
Well, I'm only going to do it if we can play to a Red Hot Chili Peppers track and have my dog's picture overlaid on it.
We will definitely do sad videos of.
Someone
Lucy.
can just run it around wrestling style, like.
I mean, at least my old dog Shadow, she died peacefully in her sleep, not like all the people on the car she was trying to drive.
Terrible. I was like genuinely feeling sorry for you at the start of that sentence.
You know better. You can't trust him.
My Shadow kicked it because she was old, and then before she managed to kick it because she was old, she got eaten by Koreans.
Oh boy, this has been an incredibly racist episode.
If I have to bleep all this shit anyway, I might as well just
keep going.
Yeah, I will just
bring an Aussie on. It's going to go down that rabbit hole, I think.
Wish Graham was here. He would have really upped the bleep.
Granted, I did. My girlfriend did make me bulgogi for the first time, which is apparently a Korean dish.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but honestly, it was rough.
I haven't seen Lucy today. Huh.
All right, so welcome back. My name is Josh. This is the Chain Ram Podcast, and if you're just joining us, we're starting the show for the first time.
We're about to be taken down. So,
Fusco, I gotta say, Ozzy, there's some interesting things brought up here. The nihilism that you are now bringing to the pipe band space, I'm interested in. I remember my elective course I had to do in philosophy that was all Nietzsche and fucking Kierkegaard. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice to know that nothing matters and that we're all endlessly rolling off and marching up to the line of nothingness.
we're just flesh sacks and like tartan kilts, kind of wandering up to the line on a rock hurtling through space. Nothing matters.
Listen, I have one. Are we heading towards final thoughts?
We're heading towards final thoughts. So if you got something that you want to make a topic and not a final thought, now's the time.
Yeah, I want everybody to think of this is final thoughts since we're heading down that road. I want everybody to think about this. Why the fuck? Why does the virus have an eyeball? That's what I want to know. Go back and look at the video. Actually, don't. Make sure you put a thumbs
Was this
down.
in the fail?
This is the fail, yeah.
It looks
It
like
has
There's
an eye?
there's like a sad kid looking out a window with the virus in the sky, and it's got an eyeball. It's got like a human eyeball on it for some reason. I'm like,
a very realistic human eyeball, yeah.
Like,
it
what-
reminds me of, did you guys ever see that Stephen King miniseries, The Langoliers?
no.
No.
All of those like little virus animations that they've looked remind me of the Langoliers. They were these little like monsters that like ate reality.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
guys, coronavirus is not Monsters, Inc. That's not how it works.
Like, look at this thing. I have a picture of it. It's ridiculous. Like, what is? Who
It's
did
not.
this?
It's not hiding under
And
your
why?
bed. It's not hiding under your bed, waiting to fuck you. That's the clergy. It's different.
So anyway, that's my thoughts. Go back, thumbs down this video. Please stop her from doing more things like this.
So now that we're starting the episode, I'm going to hit record, and no,
You're not getting me this time.
yeah. So real quick, going around the table on this very nihilistic episode of Chanarans, Ozzy, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. I really want to be more positive at this point, and I think there's a lot of good stuff that's come out of the shutdowns. But I'm sorry I got this far, and usually you've cut me off by now because you've hung up on me on a Chantarant After Dark, so I'm not really used to.
Yeah, that's not this episode.
Talking for this long. Yeah, I'll be very interested to see where it goes, and I am excited to see what innovations come out of this. There's been some great. I've noticed Waken District, just to plug after you, Joe Brady again, but have done some really cool stuff on social to kind of keep the community going. But there does seem to have been a lull, so I'll be interested to see if it takes a while to pick up or kind of where it all heads.
Do you think Joe's
When
depressed or
/
something?
if we can ever get back together again.
I think Joe is depressing his shirts for the competition season, getting ready to go again.
Oh yeah, this guy never. He has no end to his energy, which is I love that about him.
Yeah, he is. He's the Sherpa up the mountain of bullshit that is Pipe Band. Fusco, any final thoughts?
Why is there an eyeball in the fucking virus? That's my only question. That's all I'm thinking about right now. And I want somebody out there that listens to this, go find out. If somebody must know her that listens to this show, find out what the fuck she is.
Should we
thinking.
have her? We should have her on the show and ask her what the eyeball's
We've
about.
talked so much shit about her though. She'll never come on.
Yeah, but we've talked shit about people and they still come
I
on the
actually
show.
met her once in San Diego Games because they played there. Her band, I forget what they're called, played there once. And I mean, she's a very attractive girl, so of course I talked to her. And
Struck out. Hopefully.
struck out. Oh yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
No wonder she's still alive.
She's not in my basement, so we're all good. Unfortunately, she's still making these abortions of a video.
Maybe
I should have killed her.
We've been thinking about this all wrong. The COVID in the video is not it's not COVID. It's herpetogonosyphilis.
Herpetogonosyphilis.
Just reliving that nightmare.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
yes, you're
I'm pretty
right.
sure if you put herpetogonosyphilis under a microscope, it has an eye.
You're probably that's why it's not COVID. All right, now the see now I'm happy.
It makes more sense now.
Now I don't hate her. I feel bad for her. No, okay.
My final thoughts are I agree with Ozzy. It pains me to do so, but I think that there will be some innovations that come out of this. I think that I tell you what, man. No matter what, even though I'm frustrated with the season being kind of shit kicked, it was nice to have a bit of a break because I was ready to like just walk in and throw chairs at everybody on a weekly basis.
You think that's going to change when we go back?
No, but
either.
you know,
I don't
I think that it was nice to have a bit of a break. It was nice that some of the stress was taken off, and not necessarily, we didn't have to take it off ourselves. Like we're just like, oh well, fuck, we can't fucking do these
Can't do
contests.
anything. Yeah,
Like,
the pressure
what are
of
you gonna
like
do?
preparing. Yeah, absolutely.
So it was a nice little battery recharge. I still wish I was out playing with my friends. If I make any friends in the band, I'll let you know. And I'd like to go play with them.
Just gonna let that one sit.
But yeah, no, I at the end of the day, I do think that there's an interesting question to be raised, and I think Ozzy got it right, hit the nail on the head, where it's like, do you even fucking want to do this? Because if not, now's the time to just bow out.
Yeah, like
No one's gonna.
Who's not gonna come back?
No
Should
one's
we place
gonna.
bets?
Oh, I already. I'm willing to. You want to do a Deadpool on this? Because I have
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know at least two.
Okay, do it
What's-
privately, right?
Yeah. What's the loser have to do?
Like if we get this right or wrong? Oh, I don't know.
Get tased.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm definitely not doing
You
that.
won't do pepper spray. You won't get tased. Like, come on. I don't have a taser, but I do have some live wires that I could have you shove a broom into.
I've done I've done enough stupid stuff for this stupid show and this stupid pipe band.
If your heart stops, I'll call an ambulance.
But I'll already have shit myself.
As opposed to every other time you're on the show and shit yourself.
No, well, okay, that's a good point.
But yeah, no, I think it's interesting to see how this works out. I think that some people are going to double down on their dedication, and some people are going to fuck off.
Face
probably,
off. Face
yeah.
off.
I think that's just the way it's going to go. But you know, while it was a very nihilistic episode, just remember nothing matters. We're all hurtling on a space rock.
Oddly comforting.
I think about this all the
Oddly
time.
comforting to think that way.
I was just thinking about this morning.
We're hurtling on a space rock, squeezing carbon monoxide through wooden tubes out of a fucking sheep's gut. Like, it's not the end of the world.
It's just bagpipes, right? Why are we
Yeah.
so fucking stressed out all the time? I don't know, man.
Just raise a glass, have some sesh, and don't lick the banister. You know, like.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So there you go, guys. Inspirational words from Chanarant. We are
I'm
going
gonna
to
go kill myself now. I'm so depressed.
We're going to stick around and we're going to hang out because we have a lot of patrons on the live stream that we'll chat with. Cobra is just like chiming in with a lot of actually good information.
Yeah, he's got a great idea, but we'll talk about that next time.
But yeah, so if you're listening to the free version, fuck yourself, you cheap bastard.
Support the show. Go to
And-
patreon.com/Chanarant.
And if not, you get to hang out with us a little bit more. And MLK's here, so Fusco.
Party time.
I'm going to tell you to play us out, but it's really me. But
Sure. We'll just keep going with that.